Let's take a look at what's going on with Dogecoin today, guys. All right, so we were looking at this trend in the last video going up. Looks like we broke that going sideways, and I don't know, in my opinion, when we broke the support, we came down, had support right here. We broke, I put up this line right here, we broke that. Ever since then, I've kind of liquidated the position that I had down here. I forgot where it was. It was somewhere, it might have been right here at this breakout, actually. It was somewhere around here. So that position is closed that I set up. So now what I'm looking at is a re-entry. So, it does look like it has been trending down ever since then, right? Okay, so I liquidated around here. Um, and then it went back up and I got a little nervous. I was wondering if it was going to continue to go up, and I kind of just stopped paying attention to it. Then it started to go down a little bit. So we were watching these trend lines. So this is what I'm doing now. These are the spots that I'm looking at going to the downside, should I say. But yeah, we were watching these trend lines going up, broke that one. There was also some support right there that formed this trend line. It's not a very strong trend line, but it was kind of there. Looks like it's breaking that one now as well. So we could get rid of a lot of these lines. Actually, let's go ahead and delete everything. What we can do is start looking at, since it's trending down, we'll look at the tops. So there's a top, 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 and we might even want to go to like a bigger time frame, like the 4 hour or the daily. Let's see what the daily looks like. There's a couple different things that we're going to talk about in this video. I want to go back to that daily time frame with the um, moving average, but we have something like this. There's resistance. I'm going to the 1 hour. The 1 hour actually looks pretty decent on this chart. We have a downtrend doing something like that, and we also have some support right here in these areas, and we're going to draw a line like this. Kind of looks like a falling wedge right now that we're forming, bouncing in between, which is actually one of my favorite. If we could break this resistance, kind of like that video that I made last, it was like 2 videos ago, where we have a resistance. If we could break that resistance going to the upside, then maybe we're going to start going up again. But I don't know. The volume has been declining, and we're getting into like more red volume than green volume when it was going up. Seems like a lot of selling's going on. But like I said, a falling wedge is kind of bearish until it isn't. So once, all we have to do is break this resistance if we can. I'm still thinking maybe there's a little bit more to go down though, but let's see. The other thing I was thinking is the Fibonacci retracement in just this little run here. We could do like a little micro retracement correction kind of thing, since we had such a big run right here. It like from here to here, let's see what percentage that was. From there to there was approximately 31%. And so yeah, that's like a pretty big run. Seems like we could use a correction. So if we get the Fibonacci tool, and this is how I use this, like I said, I talk about this on all my videos, but when we have a big run and we start having trouble, like we start getting a double top or whatever, it starts going down, we're looking for a correction, and we're looking for a point, like we're looking to target somewhere because we took profits or whatever. We want to see where it's going to bounce. And even if you didn't take profits, you could dollar cost in lower than what it is now, if potentially. So what I like to do is get the Fibonacci retracement tool, drag from the bottom of that run to the top of the run, like to the top. You drag you drag from the bottom to the top, but you line it up with the highest point of the run. This wasn't necessarily part of that. I kind of was looking at this for a while, but then we broke out of it, and so I had to drag it up a little, something like this. But it seems like we are in this area. It hasn't broken this line since right here. So I would say here's the Fibonacci retracement levels that we could look at. So I'll drag this out a little bit more. Basically what I was looking at, I like the 50% level. let's do something like this. Let's do a horizontal line right here. I usually do orange for limit orders. So yeah, I think a limit order at .1368 might not be bad, but there might be some more blood in the water too. I don't know. Let's see. Like, it might go lower than that is what I'm saying. Because when I look at the daily time frame, it was looking good last week. Let's go ahead and jump over to that real quick but that's, I don't know. This could be a good place to maybe dollar cost average, and then also be able to play off this potential falling wedge. But there might, I don't know, like I said, let's look at the daily time frame and you can make up your mind, or you can kind of decide what you think. But let's go ahead and delete that falling wedge real quick. Are those two support and resistance lines? Okay, so we're looking at, I don't know if I should keep this or not. That's fine. All right, so we're looking at the daily time frame. We're concentrating on the 9 moving average right here. Basically, that blue line, if we're above it, that's a good signal. If we're below it, that's a bad signal. It's pretty easy. Or at least we're in a good position. It's like, is it raining or snowing outside? You know what I mean? Like, or is it sunny? Right here, nice and sunny. Boom. Getting support on it too. That's the other thing you want to do, is once you break out of it, then you want to find support on it. You want to come down, test it, get support on it, bounce on it. That's when it's really good. That's when it gets actually really strong. When you break below it and you start finding resistance on it, that's when it'll get strong to the downside. Okay, so check out where we're at right now. Last video, we were over here, and I don't know if we were in, let's see, we're on the daily time frame. It actually could have been over here. I think this is when the last time maybe I was making videos, or the last time I made a video, but we didn't know. I was hoping that this candle right here would have came down, got support, bounced up, or like maybe the next candle would have started to like kind of find support on that 9 moving average. It didn't find support. We broke through it, and that's, you know, that's why you don't like only rely on these. Like, these are good signals. Like, this is kind of good to see, like, kind of, you know, it's part of the puzzle, part of the decision making process, I guess you say, about whether we should be in or out, kind of thing. So right here, and this, you know, it could just do this and then break through it again. So it's just one piece of the puzzle. You have to like look at everything too. But right now we are below the 9 moving average on the daily time frame. The daily time frame is pretty important to me. I think that's one of the like more important. It's like actually very important when it comes to the 9 moving average, in my opinion. Especially compared to like 4 hour and 1 hour or something like that. I mean, we could also look at weekly and monthly. Those are probably going to be, those are going to be stronger, but the daily will kind of give you a preview of those ones I think. This is interesting the way the monthly looks though. It almost looks like, because we have this monthly 9 moving average right here, we have this big green candle. It kind of looks like it is kind of going towards that moving average. I wonder, well, we have 22 days. Like I said, it kind of looks like it's trying to get up there. So I don't know, we'll see on that. But the weekly, we're below on the weekly as well. I think we're like right on, let me get the arrow. I think we're right below the weekly, if you can see it. Something like that. We're like just right below the weekly. What we could do too, we have 2 days and 13 hours. What we could do is, like I was saying, maybe we can find support on, sometimes once you break above it, you come down, find support in it, and then it'll push you up, or at least hold you going straight, and then you can start getting, you know, the next candle you can get more support, and you can start just like building and building on it. But it is below it, and it could, I'm sorry, it's not very clear, but in general, I don't like the way the daily time frame looks. Even for me, like the weekly and the monthly look kind of weird. So like the daily is pretty clear. You can see right here, we broke above it, got support in it, bounce, 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 boom. Red candles, starting to break through it. Below it, let's see what happens today. Let's see what happens tomorrow or the next coming days. Is it going to stay below the 9 moving average, get resistance on it, or is it going to break through it? And that's what we're looking at, or that's what you can be looking at on your own. Tradingview.com stuff. It's free. Go check it out. That's how I'm looking at it right now. So I'm trying to teach people who don't know how to do this stuff. But yeah, I think that's kind of what I'm looking at on the daily time frame. I mean, the daily 9 moving average. I think that's kind of an important one, like I was talking about. I don't know. Let's see. That's why I'm also thinking. I wonder if we're gonna go lower. Let's see what happens on this guy. If we break through it, then that'd be cool too. I do kind of like that. Now that after doing the video though, I was like, oh, this falling wedge looks kind of good. I was kind of like biased because I wanted it to go down and hit this, and then I started looking at the daily and I was like, I think maybe it's gonna go lower, but this kind of reminds me of that other video that we did where we had support, and then we had a downtrend. Something like this. Let me draw it in lines again. I think I was actually looking at the falling wedge like this, but there's also something like this going on right here too, where we have support. If we break this one going down, then chances of hitting that 50% Fibonacci retracement level is, I would say, pretty good. That's the other thing that I was looking at, is this resistance up here. We have kind of, I don't know if that's like a bull flag kind of thing, where we have a big, it's kind of trending down. A bull flag's a continuation pattern, so it'd be kind of the same as the bull flag, where you do that and then you grab from here to here and then you drag at the breakout, kind of something like that. You would do something similar, but in a reverse, where it goes down, consolidation, break to the downside, drag from the pull to pull, and take that to the breakout. Something like that. Boom, boom, boom. But I don't know. It's also not a perfect flag either. It kind of looks a little sloppy. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if it broke this going down, hit this. Maybe we break out of that. Maybe that's a nice little trade. I don't know. Let's say falling wedge happens. I don't know. We'll see. Sometimes they break to the downside too, and then they do a fake out. But let's say falling wedge happens. If it does, I would say next, let's say it breaks this resistance. I would say target and target. First target, second target. And from here to here, that's 4.6%, and that is 12%. That's speculation. Let's see what happens. Volume doesn't look that great going down. I don't know. If the volume starts breaking out, that's another sign that it's a breakout. I think that's about it though. Yeah, 1.36 is probably my next target. If it continues to go down, then maybe I'll look at like the previous, if I'll zoom out and I would look at the previous support back here, which kind of lines up with the 78% at around, let's go ahead and do another orange line at something like that. That would be the second one going, if it continues to go down. 0.125 approximately. Yeah, those are the two next levels going down I would kind of look at. All right, I think that about does it though. If you guys liked the video, hit the thumbs up. If you want to watch the last video, check it out right here. See you guys in the next one. Peace.